Welcome back to Aethlon Medical's channel with novel immunotherapies to combat cancer and life-threatening viral infections. Joining us to discuss some recent financials surrounding the company, some news, milestone expectations, we have James, the Chief Financial Officer. As always, welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Kyle. Thanks for having me on.
And a pleasure to get you back.
And thanks, everybody, for listening to this update on Aethlon Medical.
Yeah, and there's quite a few updates. It's been a little bit, and I want to first and foremost talk about the stock split you guys recently announced, the 1-for-10 reverse stock split. Can you break this down on what it means for Aethlon?
Sure. Last October, we triggered the sub $1 price threshold of NASDAQ, and they gave us a 6-month grace period to cure that, and then the available second 6-month period. So we were nearing the end of that 12 months. And so we did have a shareholders meeting mid-September. The shareholders actually largely voted for the reverse split. It was a fairly strong vote of support, in my opinion. And we put it into effect today. It will be a 10-to-1 reverse split. So our shares outstanding will drop from about 25 million to 2.5 million. And our authorized shares remain at 60. So that gives us some nice headroom as needed to raise capital in the capital markets. And like before, our overhang with warrants, stock options are very low. So there's not much of an overhang at all.
Yeah, definitely appreciate the insights. And you guys also disclosed some recent financials with a cash balance of 12.9 million. Do you want to talk a little bit about how far that takes you and just give us some insight on that end of it?
Sure. Yes, we closed June with cash of about $12.9 million. We've been historically burning about $1 million a month. So it is a year of cash, give or take. We still have no debt on the balance sheet of any sort. Our equity is roughly the same level as the cash, so 12.5 or so million in equity. So we're well above the NASDAQ threshold on that front as well. So strong balance sheet, well capitalized, no debt. We think we're in a fairly good position.
Now, more critically, I want to focus on the milestones, expectations for the latter half of the year. Do you want to give us some updates on everything from the cancer trials to what else is in your pipeline?
Sure. On the viral front, we continue to do our COVID trial in India. We just added a second hospital. We're training them now. But India, like the US, while they have new variants, there are no patients in the emergency rooms. So if future variants become life-threatening in India, we will be poised to treat some patients there and get more data. On the cancer front, we're moving forward both in Australia and India. We have disclosed that we're working on things in India. And I'd like people to stay tuned on that front. We have told the ethics review boards of interested hospitals that and the principal investigators, that we wanted to do one binding study in vitro in-house of the key extracellular vesicles or exosomes that are relevant to Keytruda. Once we finish that study, we'll present the data, and hopefully the ethics boards will approve us for hospitals that are interested in our study in both those countries. So that's very interesting to me personally. Like many people, I've had some deaths in my family from cancer, including my sister. So hopefully our technology can help on that horrible malady. On organ transplant, that's the third area of interest. We continue to do a lot of work, a lot of testing of perfusates from our collaborative partner here in the US, and gathering data. Hopefully we'll be able to file some IP and do some publications sooner rather than later. But there's a lot of work going on there.
Yeah, I appreciate just kind of giving us this well-rounded conversation, and I'll pass that off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and definitely consider subscribing, because as news comes into play, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.